What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Excuse me. I know it's been a while since we've done something, but I have an impulse buy for a Tokyo Mauri Hi-Capa 5.1. Granted, this is a older pistol that a lot of people own, and this is actually a really good starter for those getting into airsoft and are mostly near indoor fields or close quarter areas, but also if you just want to use it for target shooting. What I'm hoping to do with this is build a race gun out of it of sorts, so you guys can always follow me on the build process and all that, and of course critique me and make fun of my really shady tech skills. But for what I have for you today is a unboxing originally for this thing. When I went to the store, I also did buy a 6.01 millimeter inner barrel for the gun, which they pre-installed for me. This is a Da Vinci Daizen inner barrel. It is actually on par with the 9-ball inner barrel from my understanding. As you can see, this is the stock inner barrel from the Hi-Capa, and it's all in Japanese. Can't read it, so I'm not really entirely sure how I'm going to explain that to you. You guys can always pause the video and do a Google Translate if you would like, but this was actually half the price of the Lilac's inner barrel. The funny thing about this too is it's got the same accuracy according to the guys at the shop, but then again, they were just probably trying to sell me on some shit. So I did do a test fire with it, and it was on 0.20s. The BBs were kind of getting some lift out of it, so maybe if I put in some 2.5s, this will actually start shooting straight. Now we will get straight into the unboxing. On the cover, as you can see, it is the Tokyo Mauri Hi-Capa 5.1 government model. It's got high kick and high grouping, apparently, out of box. So this is a gas blowback pistol. As you can see, this is what the gun can potentially look like. But as we open up, you have your cease and desist, or your instruction booklet, or your hazard book, if you will. Essentially, it's got the red, it's showing you got the stopper on here. Make sure it's always in there when you are storing your gun. Never point at yourself, shoot dogs, animals, people, apparently, but if you are in a airsoft field, we shoot at people all the time. Of course, you got to be 18 years or older. Always treat every weapon as if it were loaded. Remember that, kids. And this book on the back is the instruction booklet on how to get the light mount on the gun itself, as you can see there. Directly in the box, you are presented with the gun, the lower block for your light mount that can be mounted on your lower frame here, one magazine, a unjamming and cleaning rod, and this little metal contraption here, which we will go over when we pull the slide off this thing. Underneath the hidden compartment, you have your follower stopper, so you can dry fire your gun. Oh no, dry fire is bad. It's your gun, do whatever you want. You can throw it in a river for all I care. But I do dry fire all my airsoft guns, but of course I always maintain them with some silicone oil, so that way the seals can stay as fresh and as good as recommended. The follower actually just drops right into the mag, as you can see here, and that's that. These are the 0.20 non-biodegradable BBs that you get in the box. These BBs are from Tokyo Mauri, so they are okay. I mean, but do with them as you will. Oh god, I hate that. Okay, so you do get your double stack magazine from Tokyo Mauri. The lever here, you pull that down and you load your BB in here and carefully bring that back up. The This is the light mount here. You do already have your 3 holes there, and you do have your hardware to install it into your pistola. And of course, the piece of resistance, the Hi-Capa itself. So you do have your mag release here, and your slide lock right here. Your safety mechanism, if it wants to work, I guess. Your safety, which is ambi. The mag release, unfortunately, is not. You do have your rear sight and your front sight. Front sight has a white tracking light. Anyway, got that. It is non-adjustable, but your rear sight is adjustable. You do have your elevation and your I'm not holding it like that. You do have your elevation and your anyway, you have your x-axis and y-axis. Correct me down there. So the slide release is actually indented here, where the 1911, a lot of 1911s are flush against the gun itself. Your grip is textured, molded textured. It is not sandpaper or anything fancy like the 5.1 match, I believe it was, the gold match. And your magwell here itself. Plastic, pot metal maybe, pot metal maybe, pot metal maybe, plastic, plastic, and plastic. Of course, since I live in Japan, I do not have the god-awful orange barrel tip, what have you, on here, but that rule may change over time. So it is actually very smooth. Granted, I would hope so since it is new. The only thing I hate about this thing is the mag wants to drop now. Of course it would. But the mag does stick when it's new. As you can kind of see when you push the button, it tends to stick a little bit, but it could be after a few rounds of pew pew that it finally decided it wants to work, or it's because I'm filming and it decides it doesn't want to stick anymore. Alright, let's go ahead and take this thing apart. We'll remove the upper from the lower. What we will do is bring the slide back to about this point here. You have your slide lock, which is right there, that indent there, but you have a smaller indent right in the front. It's where you want to line it up with the back end of the locking slide lock. And what you'll do is push up against this here, and it will, if it's lined up correctly, it will just pop. Sorry, you guys did not see that because I was off camera when that happened, but push back on it and it will pop right out, so you can take 3. So you'll slide this back and push back on that back side. It'll pop right out. So you could slide that and pull the entire slide forward. Just separate your upper from your lower. You can see the trigger mechanism and all that here. We will put that to the side. Actually, you know what? Let's talk about how to fall asleep. Sorry. How to install this little bad boy. What you'll do is set your gun, your lower, on, let's say, a soft surface like a towel or something, and you'll put this end on top of some books or magazines or anything that you're not too fond of. These 2 dots, as you can see there and there, that is where you would take this metal rod, set it on that point here and here, and you'll take a hammer and smack it. And what will happen is you'll pop those out, creating a hole on the bottom of the lower here for you to actually install the light mount, giving you this style here. And of course we will be doing that for the race gun mod that we're going to do, because we do want to put a light on the lower there. What we'll go ahead and do now is remove the entire assembly out of the gun. Now to do that, it is quite simple. What we will do is bring this assembly forward, and we want to make sure we are removing the entire locking system here by putting your fingernail here or coin or anything to help give you leverage to pull this back, and it will help. Sorry, that was a little too quick. This actually will slide right up as there's nothing holding it in place. So come back, up, and out. Now be careful, because your spring is still on this thing. And set that to the side, and that to the side. I did talk about how to short stroke this thing, which we will be short stroking this in upcoming mods. I did have a video on that. I'll put a link somewhere up here, down there, somewhere in here. But if you haven't seen it, all we're doing is putting some rubber washers in here to lower the distance for the spring. That is the fastest, easiest way to do it. Now, I don't know if that's the proper way to do it. Someone may correct me in the comments down below. So for your hop-up assembly as well as your barrel assembly, all you're going to do is push that forward. It will slide right out. The hop-up assembly and your inner barrel for this thing, you're going to have to remove your safety cap or safety sleeve, if you will, and this will actually slide back. As you can see, it just slides back, and then you may have to finesse it just a little bit, but it's going to pop over the side and come straight out. Your outer barrel, this is all plastic, lots of plastic. As you can see, the barrel assembly here is from DaVinci. I don't know if you can actually see that correctly, but it says it's got the honeycomb with DaVinci 5.1 and then the kanji here. In order for you to swap that out, you would just take these two screws off your hop-up unit here, and this would just separate, and you would just remove the bucking and all that, and then swap everything out. So easy as pie. And then to put it back together, just same way you did pull everything out, except when you put it in, just gonna make a slight twist, slide it through and back over. When it's going back in, you just back here in your assembly there, and that pops right back in here. Your gas sleeve and all that will be we'll go over that in another upcoming video when we are changing the slide as well. Your spring guide and your assembly here, just gonna put some tension on it. Make sure it's locked in place. So far doing this on camera for some reason. Up and over. And I hope you guys saw that, but slide will come up. You have your rails here and your two slots here and here. Just line that up there and back into place. You want that little notch here to line up back here, so that way you can drop your slide lock and easy. Now I did put some gas in the magazine, of course, to test fire it. There are no BBs in here, but you still want to make sure you are wearing your iPro. When I'm filming most of these, I do have my iPro on, and my wife says I look like a dork, but to each their own. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there is no BB on the inside of this gun, but either way, we are wearing iPro. You have your ducktail safety here, and 3, 2, 1. And I don't know how loud that was. It might have peaked on the camera. We will see that during editing. And I hope I did not destroy your guys' eardrums. So since I am done with that, my safety cap will go back on this thing. So this will bring us back to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing, and I know it has been a while since I've uploaded onto my channel. I said this last year, but I am hoping this year that I will keep up with uploads and content. I will try to start doing some more streaming online to just kind of fill the channel, and you guys can come back and forth, communicate with me if you'd like. But if you did enjoy this unboxing, please leave a like, follow, share if you don't mind, and you could follow me on the adventure of upgrading this thing slowly, one video at a time, to look like a race gun. And we could always look at before and after on with a side-by-side photo. And if you guys didn't like the video, or if you have some input on what I can improve on, comments. I always love all the comments. You guys, those that put their 2 cents in, lets me know what I can do to improve. People that make smart-assy comments too, freaking love it. You guys are awesome. But as always, everyone, I will catch you on my next one. Peace.